Hi, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Bachan HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this Thursday Live, I wanted to speak about heading into 2026 and pretty much speak about the things that we could see and just the mindset of us as believers heading into this so-called new year and just keeping a close watch on the world around us. Okay. This year, 2025, was a very eye-opening year for technology and AI, robotics. Okay. A lot took place, man. A lot of things took place. If you've been paying attention, you know that things have gotten crazier. And these tech giants have come forth and pretty much told the world how they envision the future, which is pretty much AI robots, humanoid robots, doing daily tasks like walking the dogs, cleaning your clothes, washing the dishes, even taking over jobs. And they see man pretty much just being obsolete in so many words. Sam Altman said that through AI, they're going to become gods. And we know that Esau want to become a god. He want to obtain everlasting life. He's an idiot, okay? He would not achieve that, but this is a part of their plans. And so I just want to talk about a few things here, man, through the spirit. Shouldn't be too long, but I pray that it's edifying to you brothers and sisters out there who may be tuning in. I possibly come across this video. But a lot has been going on, man, but I think 2026 is going to be a little more interesting, right? So I have this video here pulled up from Dabu 7. And as you can see, he's doing a response unto this magazine, The Economist, who releases a new magazine cover every year in December. And as you can see, it says The World Ahead 2026. Now, it's a lot of imagery going on in this magazine cover, man. And Dabu 7 going to cover some of those things, but I just want to highlight from the jump, as you can see here in this video. There's a robotic dog right here, okay? A robotic dog. I think in 2026, we may possibly see robotic dogs more out in public, possibly with the police force or whoever. But I think these things will be more visible for us to see, right? Because you may just see these robotic dogs on certain YouTube clips or videos on Instagram, but you never just see one in person. I think we could possibly see robotic dogs and just robots overall more in person heading into 2026. But I'm gonna let Dabu 7 hop into this here and speed it up a little bit. But I just want you to see this cover, man. This is crazy, right? But here we go.
7. We've got the new Economist magazine cover here that's already raising some concern and people questioning, wow, I wonder what's going to happen here in 2026. But we've looked at this in years past, and yes, this thing has had some accuracy in calling out things that are depicted. This is a magazine that the Rothschilds have been connected to since like the inception for a long time. Even though they were recently talking about trying to sell a portion of it, they're still connected. And this magazine is made kind of for the elites. And it's their way, as I see it, to telegraph little things that are going to come, that are expected in the time ahead. Now here, I'm just going to try to dive into this whole thing kind of quickly and point out some key things that I've seen. Because again, the track record is good for them in terms of pointing out things that have come true. And you can see America front and center. Right here, the flag, it's in shackles. Not a good sign. On its birthday, 250, which happens 4th of July of 2026. Now, there's a lot going on here. And you'll see plenty of robots, drones, bombs in the background, blasts, fires on the horizon, ships, and even a satellite or two. This one is shooting at a vessel. It's a weapon. And it hits a boat that looks like it's carrying containers, but they pop open and it's actually guns. And they fire a shot. And who's the shot going at? America. You'll also see the red balloons on the birthday. There's a total of 7 around the entire thing. You'll see 2 big red tanks that are kind of ominous across the entire thing. Zelensky sitting up here. Mahdi, Maloney, I do believe here, and a bunch of these robot dogs and robots all over the place. You'll see the robots again and again, some melting ice cubes, and what looks to be pills all over the place. Some are going to say they could be Tic Tacs, UAPs, UFOs, all this other stuff, but they look like pills, different colors, same size, the round ones and then the oval ones, all over the place. And I'm going to come back to the center here for last. Let's look at the bottom, because I'm going to point out you're looking at one big soccer ball. This is a guy down at the bottom kicking a soccer ball. So I looked up quite a few things from what I've seen in this, because things stood out. You know, where's the World Cup going to be for 2026? Where's the Olympics going to be? Because I noticed I seen someone running, but then I seen fighters. And then I seen someone with like a javelin. And then I seen a skier. And I looked up the Winter Olympics, which are going to be held in February, coming up pretty quick. That's going to be in Italy for 2026. So you can see the robots again all over the place, the drones. And what I don't like more than anything are these freaking 2 big needles one on each side here. Red wine spilled all over the place. It's war. It's a theme of war. See a guy over here, the shoulder launch missile, more tanks. It's a theme of war, attacking America on its birthday, from what I can see. America getting put in shackles. Looks like a global police state, minus these little dudes on like a Hebrew boat over here, like doing some kind of ritual. Let's go to the center, because this is the biggest thing. It's the most ominous. It is Trump pointing at X marks the spot, and it's an X over a graph. And this signifies to me with the money, the economy is going down, as it shows on the graph, and the swords are on top of it. He's pointing at it. Trump is on record saying he was sent to reset this whole thing, and they're about to do it. And I've told you, by April or May of 2026, they're going to put a new guy into the Federal Reserve to replace Powell. And they're all about pushing this Mar-a-Lago Accord, which is all about rolling out a reset of everything for everyone that's been sleeping on it, right? So now they're showing you, they're telegraphing in their sigil magic here on the cover of their elite magazine, because commoners don't really read this or look at this. It's made for the elites. It always has been, okay? But you can see Putin, Xi Jinping, Netanyahu here, and Trump all surrounding this event. And again, this is the biggest thing to me. It is signifying an economic collapse. Look at Japan, Germany, France right now. Look at the money going down. Look at the gavel. Judgment. And a tattered dollar sign below it. Oh yeah. There is economic doom coming, forecasted off this cover. That's for sure. War all over the place. Accelerated. And you can see Zelensky sitting over here by himself and all this. Yeah, man. I see war and economic downfall and potentially an attack on America on its birthday. That's what they're showing here. Missiles all over the place. They're actually shooting at the birthday cake, which is on the 4th of July, which they're supposed to be having a big UFC event at the White House. There's even fighters right there. Yeah. That's what I see in a nutshell. I wanted to share it with you and to say, hey, look.
All right, man. So as you can see there, it's a bunch of symbolism going on with this magazine cover from The Economist. one thing we do know about Esau is that he loved to brag and boast and show off, and try to tell you what he's going to do. He does it sometimes in a tacky way, but nevertheless, this devil makes his own tongue fall upon himself. And the scripture speaks about that, right? Because more and more people are starting to catch on to what these devils are trying to do with AI and robotics and just overall pushing this NWO. People starting to wake up to it, man. But guess what? These elites don't care, bro. Excuse me. Psalm 64 verse 80 says, so shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So this is a part of that. All right. They're showing you all this symbolism. They're showing you these world leaders. They're showing you robotics. They're showing you war. They're showing you needles and all kind of things going on, man. Okay. But yes, next year, 2026 will be America's 250th year as a country. We know according to history that the average empire lasts about 250 years. So America is entering into that category. Now, whether or not America falls next year, we don't know. But she has entered the territory of it's time for her to fall, right? Like every other empire that has existed or kingdom, right? But there's a lot going on here, man. It's a whole lot going on here. But we need things to happen, right? For us as believers, we need something to go left, to speed up the process of salvation. That's the whole point of us watching and tracking everything. It is solely for salvation purposes, man. You got Jake and Israel talking about a bunch of nothing, okay? These guys are not looking for the return of Yahushua. Jake is looking to debate. Jake want to, party and stay here in Babylon. That's the wrong mentality. We're watching and hastening the day looking for salvation, man. Not to prolong our lives here in America. Not to build Israelite communities, okay? Not to set up marriages and all these things, which ain't nothing wrong with marriage, bro. There's absolutely nothing wrong with marriage. We're not against marriage, man. I'm not against nobody getting married. But you got to be wise, man. And at least don't, put it all on camera and, as a show off, man. But anyway, they're making their own tongues fall upon themselves. It's a lot going on in this picture. If you get a chance, just Google The Economist 2026 magazine, and you can look into this magazine cover yourself. It's a lot going on, bro. But these devils got something planned. Okay, heading to 2026 should be a big year. Okay, it should be a very big year, man. So that's enough on that there. Now I want to go over to Elon Musk, right? And what he said here the other day, when he went to this meeting inside of Saudi Arabia.
You say like in the long term.
This is from the Associated Press. Elon Musk, AI will lead to work being optional and money irrelevant. So I'm going to play the video, then I'll give my 2 cents on it. But he said a lot in that one sentence. AI will lead to work being optional and money irrelevant. But here we go.
Long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So
We'll take that.
yeah, I mean it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that.
They're clapping about work being optional. We work to make a living, to get income, to provide for ourselves, right? We work and get money. We got some form of autonomy to, go about your life and buy what you want, But if it's optional, then how are you going to get money? How are you going to get food and clothing? You're going to get it through the government. And they want you in that position of you saying, yeah, I don't want to go to work, which that sounds good. Because who want to get up and go to work? But with that is going to be certain regulations. Hey, we got this for you, ration you some meals, or I don't know, give you UBI. Basically, yeah, that's what they're going to give you. Universal basic income. A monthly check, right, for you to buy what you need. And you better believe that you can't overspend with that UBI money. It'd probably be some form of digital currency, some kind of stable coin. You download an app probably on your phone, and you can use it to go and buy what you need. But keep in mind, this is programmable money that will be issued out to the people. And you better believe that the government, they're going to have it to where you only can buy certain items, bro. They came out and said this already, But they're clapping at the fact that, hey, work may be optional. That means you're going to have to beg the government, right? Just to get ahead, just to live and thrive in the earth. And that's a position that the elites want you in, right? And this guy, Elon Musk, is all a part of the plan, right? As you can see his hands here, these people are juiced in, man. So here we go.
That, for me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So
We'll take that.
yeah, I mean it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Currency becomes irrelevant. But AI and humanoid robots will actually eliminate poverty. And Tesla won't be the only one that makes them. I think Tesla will pioneer this, but there will be many.
Heard that promise? AI and robotics will eliminate poverty, right? Money going to be irrelevant because, AI going to be making all the money. Robots going to be making all the money, so to speak. He said working going to be optional. So you ain't going to be making no money. So much for that generational wealth, Jake, that y'all working so hard to establish, right? Black excellence. They finna cut all this stuff out, okay? There will be no black excellence going on. They're setting up a system to where you will be in a position of begging them, right? Keep in mind, the scripture says he's caused it all. So they're setting up a system to where you're going to have to bend the knee. And this is what the scriptures tell us, okay? You're going to have to eat from the hand of the beast, man, or from the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. That's going to be the only two options, bro, And for the people who are tied into this world, they ain't going to put up too much of a fight. especially if they are in a position of want, if they're lacking. We've seen these people, how they act behind, Black Friday sales and towels. And, these Americans are wild, man. You think these Americans are civilized, are upstanding people? You're wrong. If the lights go out for 2 days in Babylon the Great, no internet, no nothing, these people will lose their minds and start slaughtering each other behind baby things, It's crazy as hell. But hey, this is the world that we live in, bro. We're going to see 2 Ezra 15 and 16 manifest in a way like no other. They're going to maul each other, bro, for slices of bread or whatever. But these devils are setting up that kind of environment. I was watching, what's his name? Glenn Beck this morning. And in his show, he was speaking about what's the point of sending your kids to college nowadays? Seeing that AI is going to pretty much take all the jobs, most of the jobs, right? He said he tried to get his kids to apply for trade school to be a plumber or something like that, so that they can at least have a job for the next 10 or 15 years. I heard that, I started laughing, because that means that these Edomites, in particular those who are in the know, they see that America is pretty much finished. Esau don't want his kids to be plumbers and electricians, but they see where the world is heading. Their kids ain't smarter than AI. They at least don't want their kids. They want robotics and AI, bro, to do everything for them so that they can become trillionaires and do their thing. So this is very interesting, man. This is very, very interesting, bro. And when these guys come out and speak, like, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Larry Ellison, when these niggas come out and talk, you better listen. They're telling you, okay? That's why I read the scripture in Psalm 64. So shall they make their own tongue fall upon themselves? They're going to come out and tell you, bro, what they're going to do, okay? And he's telling you, hey, work going to be optional. Money going to be irrelevant. So what does that say about you, Jake, if you can't work? That means you're going to have to bend the knee to the beast system, bro. There could be one of the ways of them getting you to bow down, right? Take your jobs from you and then give you UBI, right? But this is very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. Now I'll switch over to my other video here I got. Try to be able to close out fast as I can, man. Getting a little late. But if you haven't heard, in Australia, they have a social media ban for kids who are under 16 years old. There have been a little uproar over that, because these young kids, man, they're tied to social media. These apps and shit, tablets, and with them not having access to Instagram and all these things, it's bugging them out. Their parents are getting bugged out, they're trying to protest it. No, you can't overturn it, man. And this is just one step into ultimately controlling speech, right? Freedom of speech, right? That's all it's doing, step by step. Oh, this is for the kids, Hey, they always start with the kids. Oh, yeah, this is for the kids, to keep them away from predators online, and they're going to add something else to it, But it says from Sky News, laborers depressing social media ban seen as a political tool to inhibit free speech. Here we go.
Annika Wells' major achievement at the moment is this under 16 legislation, which the coalition started. This is one of Peter Dutton's genius ideas. We've spoken at length on this program about the dangers of this legislation, how it's going to be used to limit access to credible news, to different forms of communication. It's going to inhibit people's free speech and free expression, and not just the under 16s, but it's been presented in this ridiculous term, or this is just about the safety of young people online. If you believe that, then I can't help you, because you obviously are not across the detail. If you still don't understand by this point the fact that sites like YouTube and X fall under this ban, but Blue Sky, which is some far-left lunatic asylum for social media users, that somehow is exempt from this ban. If you don't understand this is political and how it's going to be used in the future to suppress free expression and speech further, then it's quite depressing, because the level of debate and the level of understanding of this legislation in this country is depressingly low.
Well, also, what is...
Well, yeah, that's going on in the UK. They have certain bans on social media, right? Certain things you can't say on social media. They'll come and lock your behind up, man. No matter your age, they don't care. They will come and lock you up for saying something wrong on social media, right? This kind of policing, and is going to come to Babylon. See, we see these things happen around the world, bro, and like, damn, oh, shit, they doing that in the UK. Oh, shit, they doing that in Australia. Wait till you hit America, bro. The so-called land of the free, home of the brave, right? These damn idiots over here. Wait till these things hit home. These people are going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds, bro. What? I can't, what? I already can see Jake, I can see Jake right now, bro, going crazy because he can't get on Instagram, right? Or Twitter or X. Twitter should be banned, man. Twitter ain't nothing good on Twitter, bro. Nothing. I hate opening up that app. I hate opening that app, bro. It's some crazy shit on there. But anyway, but they can see it, man. They can see that this ban is going to lead to other things, to inhibit free speech. And this is what they want to do. They want to control what you see, what you take in, right? They said it back at the World Economic Forum. Misinformation, disinformation, they want to control all of that, which will lead ultimately to what? The famine of the word. If you think Esau not ready to get the Israelite videos down, you got another thing coming. They can't wait to take down these Hebrew Israelite videos. Real talk. And it's going to happen, Once the Lord seals his elect, these videos are going to be gone, man. Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, said the Lord God, Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, not a thirst for water, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You won't be able to get on the internet and find brothers' videos anymore, the apostle, elder brothers' videos, and get breakdowns and understanding. If you ain't got the word in you now, man, you better get it, okay? And build you a foundation rooted in your Yahushua. That's why it's good, and I like to preach a lot, to take notes, man. Take good notes. Make sure you're reading, watch the videos, and just build yourself up, man. Because ultimately, it's going to be you and your Yahweh Shem Yahushua in that day. And you're going to have to rely on the information that you have been receiving. And trust in that in hopes that the Most High is on your side, right? In Isaiah, it says that the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, right? So we're going to have to trust in the information that we have. So it's good to go ahead and get this word while you can, man. Isaiah 33:5, the Lord Yahweh is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure, right? The stability of thy times. Now, that word stability there ultimately goes into the word faith, right? Us trusting in the information that we have received through the Spirit. Let's get it here. Yeah. This is H530. This is Amawana. It says firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, steadiness. But you go to the root word here. And it's Amawan. Okay. H529 says faithfulness, trusting, faithful, trusty. So yeah, a trustworthy, faithful truth. So we got to trust in the information that we have received, man, to get us through the hell to come. And if you are misguided through the Spirit, right, you're going to be lost, man. You see got Jakes out here, bro, who are lost. That stuff is scary, man. But see, Jake came into the truth, you know. Some of them, they came in through gimmicks, you know. Oh, man, they rapping. Oh, man, they marching. Oh, you know, they having a party. They ain't come in seeking your how about Shimei Shai. And that's going to cost them their life. Jake's still debating about the MOTB. Oh, man, they ain't the chip. They ain't this. Okay, bro. Keep teaching that. If you didn't know, your salvation is tied to the doctrine. If you didn't know that, okay, your salvation is tied to the information you receive. I'll show you. First Timothy 4:16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Point proven. The information you receive is tied to your salvation. You got to have the right information, man, the right word. Because it's critical. You got Jakes in Israel who talking crazy, man. These guys, bro. You know, whatever. But this is a serious thing, man. A famine of the word. Okay? That's coming. Last thing I'm going to get here. You know what? I'm going to close out, but it's 12 o'clock. I got to get up in the morning. But you can go watch this video here. It says Moscow counts a U.S. missile move in Germany with Belarus nuclear outposts. Ultimately, World War III being set up, right? Through the Spirit. Chess moves being made. A lot going on, man. But I'm going to close out here, bro, just for time's sake. Because I got to get up in the morning. Lord Williams edifying, though. Keep fighting, keep pushing out there, man. All praise Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shem Chakodash. Shalom. Uh-oh. Somebody calling me. They're late. Come on, bro.